Good afternoon, Lisa.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Blake 7 and the Avalon weapon or something.
Yes.
I don't know what they'd call it. It's Project Avalon, isn't it?
It is.
And it's snowing on film.
Yeah, sort of.
Very flatly.
Very flatly, yes. It's stock footage.
It's flatter than Michael Flatley.
Who's not very flat.
He's not flat.
And then they've just put like a snow effect on it, and it's like the end of the Seeds of Doom. It looks really bad. It doesn't look. It just actually looks like
very flat
interference.
snow that's just coming down and not
Yeah.
going back and forth.
No.
There's no in and out.
There's no in and out. No.
Yeah. But we get Sue Lin and a furry man, don't we?
Or Glynis Barber as a mutoid,
Yeah.
and a man in a fur coat who turns out to be
Travis.
Travis.
And I wrote, where did you get that coat? Where did you get that coat?
Yeah, I think he's been sort of stalking Servalan's wardrobe or something.
Well, I think, like, when he's in Servalan's room, and she's got a big wardrobe,
Yeah.
and she goes off for a tinkle or something, because she has to.
Well, yes.
I reckon he looks round and sneaks in the back of her wardrobe, and any coats and things he likes, he shoves off his jumper and smuggles them out. So,
Right.
but this is Michael E. Bryant directing, and
Yes.
you can tell it's Michael E. Bryant directing because we're up a Wookiee's hole, aren't
Yes.
we?
We're in Wookiee Hole.
Wookiee hole is just the one Wookiee.
Yes.
But they go into the caves, and they say that Avalon and Blake are going to have a rendezvous.
Yes. He meets up with a rebel, doesn't he?
A Webble.
A Webble who's gone to the dark side.
Yeah, the dark side.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're going to have a rendezvous, I just wrote Wahey. On board the Liberator, apparently this planet is at minus 120 degrees and falling.
That is ridiculously cold.
I just
Nobody
put,
would survive that.
It's nippy out.
Yeah.
I assume it's centigrade stroke Celsius and not Fahrenheit, but I don't know.
I don't know. Is there much of a difference?
But there's a signal coming from Avalon, and annoyingly, Jenna's the only one who's ever met Avalon.
Yes. And apparently it was originally meant to be Callie, but Sally Nivett went, I haven't got anything to do.
I want to
So
do it.
they changed it.
And there are 5 interceptors knocking around.
Yes.
We never actually see 5 in
We
real
don't
life.
ever see
we see
5,
5
no.
blobs on a screen.
Yeah,
but
you see the little 5 Federation
But I think they've only got 3 models.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is what's known as the winter cycle, which lasts 8.5 Earth years.
Yes, which is called the long cold.
Yeah, and it is very long and it is very cold. And the people who live on this planet are called subterrons because they live in caves. Yeah. It's all to like it always is. It's all to do with minerals, isn't it?
Yes. Mining and stuff.
Because there's some gemstones known as ice crystals that they can use in lasers and things.
I'm just wondering now, sorry, I'm going to interrupt.
No, go.
If George R.R. Martin ever saw this episode.
All right.
Because the long cold is very like Winter is Coming in Game of Thrones.
Was he
And
around here for that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether we had the idea before, but it's just struck me it's very similar.
Okay.
No dragons or ice walkers or anything.
But yeah, it's a slave labour force
Yes.
on this planet. And Avalon's to do with the resistance. Avon quite rightly wants to stay in the warm, so he's not going to come down.
No.
But then a load of mutoids of various
loads
descriptions.
Of mutoids. Yeah.
Well, it's basically a group of 4 that they keep shooting from different angles. Isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. It's unfortunate that one of the extras that's playing a mutoid is rather on the sort of short and dumpy side. So she's quite visible.
So you can spot her in each shot. How'd she get over there? She's nipping about, isn't she?
Yeah, but it's shot very well because they do shoot it like there's more than. Well, Michael E. Bryant shoots it like there's more than 4.
But they ask which one of you is Avalon.
Yes.
Stuart Fell comes forward.
Well, yeah. Travis does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuart Fell comes forward, which immediately indicates he's going to do a stunt.
It's going to be a stunt.
Doesn't it? But it turns out Avalon's a lady.
Yes.
A lady, resistance lady.
A lady resistance lady.
That's what I said.
Okay.
But yeah. Blake's sort of a homing beam is this sort of a weird looking thing, isn't it? Made out of plastic, and it makes a silly noise. Why it would make a silly noise, I don't know. But yeah, one of the one of these chaps helpfully says they're going to kill us.
Yeah, he's the rebel. He's the traitor, though, isn't he? Because he identifies himself.
Yeah.
But they kill him anyway.
And then all the guns go bang.
Yeah.
And everybody falls over. And I wrote, he's fallen in the water.
Yes.
Is it Stuart Fell falls in the water
Probably.
or not? I don't know.
Well, there is another
a
stunt person. So.
But Blake and Jenna have got dressed up in their furry collars.
Yeah, they've got like about 3 layers of clothes on because they've got their normal clothes. Then they've got like a furry anorak, and then they've got their. And I didn't realise till the anoraks they wear in Seek, Locate, Destroy. You have to pull it over your head, which is very 70s, isn't it? Pulling it over your head.
Well, these suits, as we find out, have got like knobs on.
They've got little controls.
Controls.
So they're like sort of the density suits from Web Planet that the Doctor uses. That's for oxygen, though, isn't it?
But yeah, you've got these suits that adjust you, but nobody. Is anybody wearing gloves, or they've just got bare hands?
I think they've just. I don't know. Look at their hands.
Because I think Jenna should have a muff or something, shouldn't she?
Or mittens.
Yeah,
idiot mittens with a string.
No, she should have a space muff that she could keep her hot chestnuts in, or something like that, or baked potatoes.
Right.
Because they send Villa down later on with the picnic box. They could have taken some baked potatoes down.
Okay.
So they adjust the knobs on their suits. I wrote, Jenna and Callie seem to be getting on a bit better.
Yeah, they're almost friendly.
Yeah, because Callie's having a go at driving, isn't she?
She is.
Jenna says she's taught her too well.
But then she's slightly off.
They play with their knobs and they teleport down to Wookiee Hole. David Bailey, he's sort of fiddling about with his gun.
Yeah, he's got a proper gun. It shoots bullets.
And we saw David Bailey years ago.
We did at one of the Panopticons, 2000 or 2002.
It was for the Robots of Death DVD.
It was.
And he was smoking like a trooper, wasn't he?
Yes, and he wasn't really supposed to be.
You say you can still see him?
Yes, he's the last thing I saw him in was an advert for John West Tuna.
What was he playing in that?
He was a salty seaman.
Okay. And there are a load of bodies that are strewn about, and they find the homing beacon, which is just going pop, pop, pop. So you know it's a homing beacon.
Yes, that's, you know what it is.
David Bailey drops his gun and makes a bit of a noise.
Yeah.
Where is Avalon, they say. Taken away. Then we cut to a very narrow corridor with too many guards in it. As Glynis Barber has to sort of weave her way through the guards because she can't walk down the corridor straight.
No.
Because she has to do a slalom around the guards. So Travis wants to do a test on an expendable subject.
Yes. Have we already had the shot of Avalon?
That's the next shot.
That's the next shot, yes.
Avalon has been strapped down in silver sort of bands.
No, well, she hasn't, because she's not got anything on apart from the bands. Which
it's all very skimpy, Lisa.
It is very skimpy, because there's a shot where...
This used to be on VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a shot where you could almost look at...
I used to have a really good freeze frame on my VHS.
Right.
Yeah. And she's got her head in one of those flashing machines again from the way back. They're getting their use out of that machine.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Many times as possible.
But she says about many more people are defying the Federation. But they start saying about this Project Avalon that they've got set up. And Travis and the Federation are after the Liberator, basically. And so she will help them do it.
Yes.
Even if she doesn't do anything. Avalon is taken to the centre. And Blake is planning to rescue her.
Yes.
Villa's going to be sent down, although he complains he's got a weak chest.
Yeah.
Callie could rub some Vic in or something, couldn't she? Or some goose fat or something.
So he goes and gets his furry anorak and his other anorak.
Yeah. He says he's tired of being indispensable. So he's got his picnic box and he turns his knob up to full, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I just like the way Callie goes a bit sort of East End. She goes, "Turn it down, Villa. Turn it down." Then he just faffs about trying to get his top on over his head.
Yeah, Paul Darrow looks quite amused by that, doesn't he?
And Dudley Simpson does some silly music. Avon presses all the buttons really quickly to send him down before he's ready, and then he has a grin at Callie and she has a grin back.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they have a little...
Possibly.
They have a little moment after that, do they? Well, they've got a bit of time. So Blake comes in his shorty nighty Oh, a bloke comes in a shorty nightie. I was going to say, I'd have remembered Blake coming in a shorty nightie.
Yes.
But yeah, a bloke comes in a sort of skimpy thing that barely covers his and Servalan sachets in a daft furry thing, doesn't she?
I don't like her furry thing.
Why?
Because it's got tails on it.
It's got tails and things.
So it looks like it might actually be real fur.
It looks to me like it's made out of a load of furry draft excluders or sort of welded together.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Apparently there have been 2 attempts on Servalan's life. When she takes it off, she just drops it on the ground. She drops it on the
floor, yeah.
It'll get all dirty.
Yeah, one of the mutoids sort of behind just picks it up.
You know, if Travis has got dirty shoes, if he stood in something...
Yeah, she's going to get all over her coat.
And traipsed it all in from the Wookiee's hull, she'll get a dirty... She'll get dirty fur, won't she? But yeah, Blake's freedom is giving people hope, and there has been criticism of Travis because he's got no results.
Yes, and he costs a lot of
money. And there's pressure to replace him. But Servalan's brought a special thing with her, hasn't she?
She has brought, or 2 special things.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's got to be at least 2. Shall I show you my special thing? Because I've got a highly accurate replica of Servalan's special thing.
Okay, go on then.
Except I can't do the video effect.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to attempt to do it.
Okay.
It's basically a fizzy gobstopper, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's like that. It's almost that colour as well.
Almost. It's a bit redder, isn't it?
This is a bath bomb sort of thing. Well, it's not a bath bomb. It's a bath
ball.
Bath ball. But Servalan's one goes all fizzy with CSO.
Yes.
It's like the sort of Robots of Death, all the fizzy effects in that, which is Michael E. Brown.
He does like his effects.
The bloke's put in a chair, and they he's like in a sealed room, isn't he? Like a sort of cell thing. They place the gobstopper in a tray,
and
it travels along on the generation gain conveyor belt.
Little tiny one though.
And there's a sort of crushy thing.
Yeah.
It's a sort of thing like Wilf Lund might have used to crack a nut in Vision On or something like that. And the crushy thing crushes the ball. They've got to make sure the door's sealed though. Yeah. Oh yeah, they check the seals.
Is the door sealed? You all did this. All these noises, don't you?
I imagine to check the seals, like Servalan just lit a fag and blew some smoke under the door and see if it went in, but it didn't. And the man turns into a green thing and then a sort of mummified, not quite skeleton, but in 23 seconds.
Yes.
And you know it says 23 seconds because it says 23 all the way down the screen.
It does.
Lots and lots of times. Outside, the Smash robot is pootling past, isn't it? The one from Seek, Locate, Destroy.
Yeah, the one that looks like Jeremy from Rent-A-Ghost.
And Villa's fiddling with the door lock. 5 interceptors are approaching the Liberator.
Yes.
The robots are all wanders past.
Yeah, and then comes back again.
And then it seems to have left the gas on or something because it thinks, oh, I better go back, and it goes back again.
Yes.
So they call, the Liberator calls. Ding ding, ding ding. Avon calling. It's not very good for security. It makes a dirty, great noise, isn't it? Even the robot would have gone, what's that? What's that noise? Yeah. So the robot goes off again somehow. So yeah, they start. Blake calls, but there's no answer
because they've had to go out of orbit.
They've legged it away from the interceptors. Villa gets the door open.
Yeah.
And you notice that Servalan had the disco sunglasses that Nigel Lambert had in episode 1.
Yeah.
But she's not. I wish Jackie had sat there going. Snapping her fingers and doing all that and go. But yeah, she's just watching. What do you reckon she's watching?
I don't know.
I reckon she's watching something naughty.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Avalon is put into a cell. F2.
F2. Yeah.
Because all the cells have got apparently a letter and a number, and I'm going to say about that in a minute. Travis inspects the guard's weapon, doesn't he?
Yes.
If Travis wasn't there, would the guards have to inspect themselves every morning? That's the
possibly.
That's the ain't our fault mum joke. Isn't it
is.
Yeah. But yeah, the guard. There's another guard wandering about that Blake and company sort of. How do they sort of attract his attention, don't they?
Well, Blake just sort of wanders there and says... and does this sort of posh officer voice, doesn't he? Hello, my man.
And yeah, I said that the guard is outwitted by talking, basically, isn't he?
Yeah.
But at least he's a polite guard.
He is a polite guard. He's a very posh guard as well.
Yeah. But yeah, the interceptors are evaded, but it'll take them 37 minutes to get back. Yeah, so there's a little ruse with the guard, isn't there, to like try and get them in. Like they're telling the guard to pretend that they're
prisoners.
Yeah, but it all sort of goes a bit wrong.
As it always does.
And they just put fighty, fighty, fight, alarm, alarm. Then Blake finds the sort of control panel to where telling you where all the prisoners are.
Yeah.
And it's like he's playing space battleships.
Yeah.
Because all he does is press a random letter and then a random number in the hope that he'll eventually find Avalon.
Yes.
It takes him about 6 attempts to do.
It does.
He could have been there for like hours pressing buttons and getting it wrong. He should have started A1, A2. He's just like random. You sunk my battleship. But yeah, Avalon eventually is found in F2. Which is conveniently close to where they are.
It is very close.
They just open the door and it's just there.
It's just there, yes.
So that was lucky. There's more shooty shoot. And Blake says at one point, we've had a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Like he's Frank Spencer. Found a spot of trouble. More shooty. Avalon's still got a skimpy thing on.
She has.
Blake's a chivalrous gentleman.
Yeah, but he don't give her his furry thing, no, does he? He only gives us his thin thing.
Yeah, his thing.
His thin thing.
Thing. But they all run about, and then there's gunfight at Wookiee Hull, isn't there? The robot wobbles in at one point.
It does.
They're on the communicator. Blake's in a pickle, and they're teleported just as the robot gets his prong thing out, and a girt jet of flamethrower comes out.
He looks like he's peeing.
I know.
It looks like he's peeing fire because of the way it sort of arches over.
I know.
It goes.
I'm not going to demonstrate that.
Don't demonstrate that.
All right. And then for the rest of the episode, Avalon is obsessed with my tunic.
She is.
Isn't she?
Needs
there
a
are
tunic.
reasons for that. I like the way Callie's like sort of, I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
I've admired your work for a long time.
Can I have your autograph, please?
Yeah. Blake's bothered about the escape though. And this is a bit, on its own it's fine, but over the course of the series it's quite funny. He says how the troops are very efficient. We were outnumbered, yet we managed to escape this time.
Yeah.
Like they do every week. So there's nothing unusual about it at all.
No. Basically, Federation troops are like the stormtroopers in Star Wars. They cannot shoot straight.
Yeah. And although Blake was hit during the gunfight, it just stinged a bit, didn't it? Stinged.
It just made him sort of fall over a little bit.
So Blake shoots a cup, doesn't he? And all it'll do is a nasty knock and give you a bruise or something, won't it? Because the gun's set on low energy and is not standard.
Yes.
So did they want us to escape?
Yeah. Well, and also as well, because Travis says, "Oh, you've drawn your new guns.
Yeah.
Good." And you think, right, okay.
So yeah, after the are they after the Liberator? Is it all a setup? Well, the answer is yes. Is that Avalon though? And well, Jenna has met her, so she thinks it is. So suspicion immediately falls on David Bailey.
Shifner.
Yeah, because nobody knows who he is.
No.
But Avon, Blake and Jenna sort of jog up the corridor, and Callie's been knocked out, hasn't she? So I said, "Where's David Bailey? Is he gone fishing or something? Is he on his trawler?
Yeah, catching tuna
And being generally salty." Then Avalon's on the flight deck with Gan, still going, "Where's me tunic?"
Yeah.
And
she looks like she's got pyjamas on, doesn't she? Because they put her in this sort of pink satiny
well,
thing.
Gan's very solicitous to her.
He is very solicitous. He likes the ladies.
Come and sit down by me, you know.
Yeah.
Hello. But yeah, Jenna and Callie are sort of together, and then David Bailey comes in, looking very pasty, doesn't he?
Got a nasty great
bruise, blood and thing, and Jenna gives an arg, doesn't she? Arg. In the teleport bay, they find me tunic, so she, and then out comes the fizzy gobstopper.
Yes. That's
the best I can do. it's not Avalon, and Gan and Jen have a fight with her, don't they?
And she's very strong.
And Gan's amazed that a little lady can overpower him, but eventually they all sort of they all sort of bundle on her at once and grab a leg and an arm each. The gobstopper turns out to be full of a virus, which is a variation on the Phobon plague. Phobos being one of the moons of Mars.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're doing with the plague there, but never mind. But yeah, this Avalon is a miracle of robotic engineering.
Okay.
Even though I like the way Avon takes the side of her head off with hair, and there's these like plastic strips, all different colours that are wobbling, going up and down. And well, it would come out the top of her head if it did that. I suppose it must loop round and go the other way. Yeah, it doesn't. It all looks a bit plasticky to me, like they've got her done cheap, you know. But Avon can deprogram it and can possibly make it do simple things. Wonder what simple things he wants it to do. I don't know. So they've got to go back for the real Avalon, no matter what happens.
Yes.
Then there's a message for Travis. The Liberators come back, and all the alarms start going off again. And Blake's here with Robot Avalon.
And he's demanding to see you.
Yeah. So they're here for the real Avalon, and out comes the fizzy gobstopper again. And there's a bit of a standoff. The robots give him the gobstopper.
Yeah.
And Avon's managed to program the robot to hold things in its hand.
Yeah.
And apply pressure to them. So clearly he's probably had to do that before on other robots. But yeah, I love the way the robot now makes robot noises when it goes. It didn't do that when it was pretending to be Avalon.
No. Perhaps that's because Avon's fiddled with it.
Yeah. But it'll sort of crush the thing if Travis says a certain word, makes a certain sound.
Or does a certain...
I wonder what sound it was.
Or does a certain action.
But yeah, so Blake and real Avalon teleport away.
You know they're going to teleport away because
they're on CSO. Yeah. Travis does a sneaky sneak up thing. I like Travis being sneaky, like he's on tippy toes. It should have sort of ding 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 music, like if you've played Civilization on the Xbox. When the spy sneaks around, it goes ding 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 ding. So Dudley should have done that with Travis's footsteps. The gobstopper is dropped, and Travis does a brilliant catch. He does. And he ends up on the floor with it in his hand.
Yeah.
Servalan's not impressed. There's going to be a full inquiry, and you're relieved of command. And he gets another Travis soliloquy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'll get you, Blake.
I'll get you, Butler.
It takes you the rest of my life. It takes it the rest of my life.
And the pursuit ships are launched.
Yes.
All three of them.
All three of them, yeah.
Because the other two are like on a break or something. I don't know. Like, got their feet up and they're having their coffee or something. So you are Project Avalon. I reckon.
It's not bad. It's
okay.
A little bit bog standard.
Yeah, it's a little tready water in places. Yeah. And we never see Avalon again, do we?
No.
So it has no consequences, which is a shame. Because what's next week?
Breakdown.
Breakdown, yeah. So
Julian Glover.
Ah, right. Okay. But yeah, not too bad. But,
no.
Not the best, but not the worst either. So that's all right. Yeah. And as I said, it was on VHS.
Okay.
So I have seen it a few times.
Okay.
Before then, and I remember the straps.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.